The family of Nomvula Chenene is at the place where her body was discovered last month. The 28-year-old Orange Farm resident was found buried in a shallow grave in a shack after she'd been missing since December last year. 34-year-old Sizwe Buthelezi has been arrested for her murder and made his first appearance in court last month. It was his girlfriend who alerted police about the crime, alleging that Buthelezi had killed Chenene. Manqoba Mchunu is with the family for more on this story. Manqoba, thank you for joining us. Of course, a very heartbreaking story, and we do know that this court case has actually been postponed, if I'm not mistaken, until June. But what does the family say, and what are their concerns, and how are they feeling?
Well, I can tell you, Perrin, that the family is still quite devastated. I mean, you can understand that this is somebody that went missing in December last year. So it's been 5 months of hell for this family as they're trying to put this matter behind them, to find some sort of closure and justice. But of course, that hasn't been what has been unfolding, given the fact that up until now, this family is still unable to bury their daughter. So you recall, Baron, that it was on the 25th of March that that gruesome discovery was made. This, of course, after the girlfriend of the suspect had gone to police, informing them that, in fact, her partner had killed Nomvula Chenene and buried her in a shallow grave. And this is what led to the arrest of 34-year-old Sizwe Buthelezi. But we understand that the police forensic teams had been there at the crime scene collecting some of the items that are found there, which include some of the remains of what's believed to be Nomvula Chenene's remains. And, up until now, the family is still waiting to bury her because the DNA has not been concluded. So they're still in mourning, hoping that, they will get those DNA results soon. But I want to speak to the mother of Nomvula Chenene just to get a sense from her how they are coping as a family, because I see, Mama, even now you are still in mourning. I see that people are still coming in and you have not been able to bury Nomvula. How are you coping, Mama, with all of this? It's been a long 6 months.
Nene se ba tšhintšhile se ba re Nomvula dintho tsa hae tse ding di hana gore ke a se yena, so ba itse ba lo qala e nngwe hape ba mo ke di-test tse ding mara ba tshepisa gore bekeng ya mantara tla pata.
Okay, well, in terms of explaining that, it's been quite difficult for them as a family. There were forensic teams that came to the scene. They collected evidence and they had hoped that by now those DNA results will be out. In fact, the last time that they spoke to police, they were told that this might not be her that was found in that shallow grave. And so they've taken more tests. They're saying that they're going to do more of those DNA tests. But of course, the mother saying that, it's been 6 months of waiting just to try and bury their daughter. And so it's been quite difficult for them as a family. They've been told that the police are going to return next week to give them the answers. But as she says, it's not the first time that they were told this. And in fact, the police coming back to say that they now are going to start with new tests. Mama, just more explain lala ubungichazela mama ukuthi kunina njengomndeni angakwazi namanje ukuthi nidlulisele indaba, angakwazi ukuthi nithole closure kule nto le.
Hobane ke mo ba ntse ba itse re tapata betseng yena ona jale ha se batla ba tlo go jetsa gore hona le ntho tse ding menwa ha metšha ke tsebile eng, so bankile ba tlonka amang hape ba lo wa testa hape.
Okay, in terms of saying that they've come, the police teams that is, and they've taken some of her, teeth, or I guess, some of the items belonging to Nomvula, just to make sure and confirm that it really is her. that they found, but the family is quite sure because they say they saw some of the items that belonged to Nomvula as part of those items that were collected. And Mama, ngiyazi ukuthi you spoke about ukuthi ke kwakhona into enzekile futhi ngama-Easter la nibe traumatized khona njengefamily, la niphinde nathola khona futhi amanye ama-body parts.
La thola le katibana egwetse.
Kwenzekalani lapho mama? Ngesikhathi nizwa kufika abantu la bethi bathole okunye izinto zakhe ama-body parts.
La ka fonela amaponisa a latla tlo ga ba jetsa gore hona le mthabo ne a tseng go sheba mo mokhukhu mo hona le ntho tse dintse setseng tse di-forensic di sa dinka be ke go ma cousin ya ka le ngwana ka ba lo sheba mo ba fitla ba chepa ba thola katiba le di-remains tse dintse tsa Nomvula. So ga fonela maponisa a tlo di lata be ba ba tla disa di-forensic.
Yini isifiso sakho manje ma your hope i-wish yakho njengamanje?
Ke bohloko haholo di-forensic a di etsa mosebetsi wa tsona hantle ke bone ba ntse ba senyetsa nako go ke pate ngwanaka ke bohloko haholo.
Okay, thank you, Ma'am. There was some tap saying, just saying that, firstly explaining the incident that happened over Easter weekend where some of Nomvula's friends had gone to the crime scene where this incident had occurred. And when they went there, they actually came across some of her items, pieces of clothing as well as some, remains that were still left at the crime scene. And this is weeks after police had combed that particular crime scene. The family, of course, saying that they were traumatized, they're still in pain. And, they're saying that they feel that the forensic teams didn't do their job quite well because those remains were still found just weeks after they'd been to the scene. So they were left traumatized by this incident. She says that her only wish now is to have her daughter's remains and to bury her daughter.